All right, explorers, we're back for another one. It's been a long time, I know. We lost a few subscribers along the way, but we took a little break. We filmed a video back in the summertime, didn't get a lot of traction, and just availability has been kind of tough, but we're back today, guys, and we're checking out this super cool little farmhouse behind me. Kind of creepy, actually. Really, really cool place, though. A lot of fun stuff inside, guys. Let's head in together. Let's check it out. Let's explore. Let's go. All right, explorers, we're inside. So I've been here before a couple times, actually. Only got in once other than today. Lots of cobwebs in here. This looks like it was probably like an office of some sort. But this house is pretty old. There's some canned goods and stuff on the floor. But yeah, here's a desk. Just gonna tread carefully because this place is in pretty bad shape. Pretty cool though. There's some drawers and stuff here. Looks like animal feces and whatnot in there. Yeah, there's been some animals camping out in here for sure. It's locked up. That window looks out the front. Little shelving unit with some stuff in here. Nothing really exciting to see, but you can tell the water's leaking. The roof has clearly been compromised. Nice old wooden door though. Floors are like those sticky kind of laminate tiles. Not sure if that's a dead animal or what that's supposed to be, but this is the living room. Nice chandelier there though. But yeah, you can see all the water damage on the walls. So last time I was here, this door was completely sealed shut. So people obviously have been in here. And of course, Christmas decorations. Just a bunch of junk and stuff lying around the floor though. Another window that looks out front. But yeah, this house was probably quite nice when it was inhabited by people. And it looks like it's an old farmhouse. That's really nice too. Wooden shelf kind of goes over top of the door frame there. And then we got a closet. Floor feels kind of soft, so yeah, we're just gonna be really careful and not step too hard, because last thing we wanna do is go through the floor. Another window looking out. The drapes have all fallen down. You can see it's been sitting empty for quite a long time. Again, there's the office. So this room here looks like it might be a bedroom. Okay, no. Apparently it was a kitchen of some sort. There's an old nasty looking phone sitting on the counter. The sink has been torn out. I guess that was probably a backsplash at one point. Still an old tea towel hanging on the door. Or on the wall, sorry. And just a bunch of junk. So yeah, that floor feels really soft right there. So I'm not gonna step too hard. But yeah, that door, looks like somebody's been breaking the windows too, which is kind of nasty. I mean, like, you shouldn't break things. When you go into these places, just look, but never leave a trace that you were here, and never vandalize things. Yeah, all the walls and stuff are peeling. Everything's starting to rot. That phone is pretty cool. I like that. That's neat. There's a sign that says Hall. Stone is being refinished. I wonder what that means. Okay, let's go back out. Some old cables and stuff hanging off the wall. There's some hooks. Solid wooden floors though, which is cool. So this is a staircase that will go upstairs. There's also another staircase, and we're gonna check that out too. We'll go upstairs in a minute, but again, I guess this is part of the old kitchen. Some old cabinets. They probably lit up because they have clear plastic doors on them. And then an old range hood. So there was probably a stove here at one point. It's just some wallpaper, very country styled. There's another wall lamp. But yeah, that's kind of neat. They've got kind of like, I guess, what do you call that? Wainscoting. It's wood on the bottom, and then you got your drywall flooring, but there's some paint and wallpaper on there. And then this is, I guess, the rest of the kitchen. Looks like we got a little bathroom in there too. That's interesting. All the doors and stuff are open. Very small kitchen. Oh yeah, that's pretty soft right there. So I never noticed this bathroom before. And that leads to an attic, it looks like, or some sort of panel to get into something. It's an old toilet, stand-up shower. And then there's a sink back there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But, and then over in this room, it's another big room. So this is the front door. That's where I came in. So it's been opened up. That was never opened before. Looks like some hooks to hang coats. Pretty decorative looking light switch frame. That's pretty neat. And then, yeah, the windows. You can see it's all been boarded up. There's a lamp hanging off the wall there. And back in there is the garage. We'll check that out too. Lots of Christmas decorations lying around. A lot of just junk lying around. I mean, this is what you find in these kind of places. Is trash just kind of strewn everywhere. So Canadian Tire money, if anybody remembers that. Used to be able to go and buy stuff. This is really dark in here, so I'm assuming this is a closet. Yeah, that's a closet. It's kind of hard to see. I left my light in the truck, so hopefully you guys can see okay. And then, yeah, they left the old couches and stuff here. Bunch of cables, so again, you can take a look at the ceiling. It's all peeling. And that is actually the back of the house. So here's that other set of stairs. We're gonna go up there in a second to the second level, but yeah. I wonder if there's a date on these newspapers. January 23rd, 1971. I don't think this place was abandoned in 1971. There'd probably be nothing left of it if there was, but that's a pretty old date. Little area rug. There is mold in here, so I'm gonna try and limit the amount of time that I'm in here. But I definitely want to show you guys as much as I can. So let's go back this way and see what we can find back here. Gotta watch my step too, because who knows what's on the floor. Yeah, so that's the garage back there. Freezer. Anything in there? Nothing to eat. This has probably been unplugged for a long time. I mean, there's not any electricity in here. I don't think there's any power whatsoever. Smells very moldy too. That's the garage. I don't know if that garage door is open. Yeah, it is. Okay. We'll take a look out here. Kind of watch our step though, see what we're stepping on. There's not a lot of light. So the last time I was in this place, this door was not boarded up. Yeah, it's starting to collapse. The roof is collapsing. Just a bunch of junk lying all over the floor. Double car garage though. A little shelving unit. Light hanging off the wall there, like a hand lamp. You can see a little bit of light cracking through the bottom of the garage door, but that's all eroded outside. There's a big hole in front of it. Yeah, it's hard to see in here because there's no light. But let's go back inside and let's have a look at the upstairs garage door opener. That probably doesn't work either. I honestly think this house looks better from the outside than it does on the inside. But yeah, let's head upstairs and see what's up here. So if you're wondering why Ash is not with me, one, she doesn't like this house. She gets bad vibes from it. And two, we weren't able to connect, and I just kind of went out for a drive and decided to stop by and have a look to see if it was accessible, if anything has changed. And I was able to get in. So here's a bedroom. Again, it's gonna get a little bit dark. A lot of broken glass and stuff. Old bed frame. Chest of drawers. Everything's empty. There's not really a lot left behind. Window looking out. And I'm assuming this is the closet. Kind of hard to see. Yeah, it's probably a closet. The door's kind of jammed up. Nice banister there though. Nice open space, not lots of natural light coming out here. Yeah, there's the garage. So that door down there, if you can see it, is the door that we were looking at that I said was open the last time I was here and able to get in. Let's go down the hallway. So this room is in much better shape. There's a closet. I really like the woodwork, like the door frames and stuff. Very nice. Like, those could be repurposed. Same with this door. Solid, nice condition door. And the old hardware is pretty cool. Like, that's really cool. Another window looking out front. Chest of drawers here. Probably nothing in these. Yeah, they're empty. Just a bunch of animal feces and stuff. But here's a bed. Looks like it's a twin. The mattress is up against the wall for some reason. Looks like somebody's clothing. Who knows? It could have been a homeless person that found this place. Look at that. That's freaking freaky. It's an old Hornet. That's a big one too. Yeah, like the door frames are super nice. I like the top corners. Like they're kind of decorative and solid wood. I'm assuming this was probably a bedroom as well. There's an old say old a lot, sorry about that. But yeah, another chest of drawers, or that even could have been an entertainment unit. Freaks me out sometimes. You hear all these creaks and the wind blowing and moves stuff around. Sorry about the language there on the wall, guys. Another window. And yeah, you can see the floor is pretty solid. Thick wood. That's freaky. It's an old rocking chair. Wow, that's creepy as hell. Lots of bedrooms. Another bedroom here. I don't know where this came from. It looks like maybe it might have been up against that wall there, and this kind of collapsed down. Some more old clothing. Christmas wreath right there. Looks like an old wig. Clothing. They look more like costumes than actual, clothing, but who knows? What does this say? Lots of curtains, trimmings, and more inside. Okay. Does that mean they want us to look? It's a cool window. I don't really see too much. There's some old screens for the windows. Interesting. It's a wolf picture. That's neat. Yeah, and then there's another nice banister. This is the other set of stairs I was telling you guys about. But yeah, they're like very old. Like, I'm wondering when this place actually became abandoned. I mean, it could have been a family. The kids all moved out and they just grew elderly. Who knows? They might have had to have moved into like a home or something. I mean, this is all speculation, clearly, but there's the other stairs. So I'm going to be careful going down here because there's lots of plaster and stuff on the floor. Not sure what that is. Is that carpet? Last thing I want to do is take a spill. Good thing the railing still works. There's that door. And back into the front room. Pretty cool place. Now, I haven't found a basement door anywhere. That doesn't mean there isn't one. But these older houses, sometimes they don't have basements, or they have like half basements. We'll take another look. I mean, that could possibly lead to a basement. I don't know. I don't have any lights, so it's kind of hard to tell. It's really dark, but it does look like it's going down. So either that's just the underside of the staircase that's over here, or that's another staircase leading downstairs, but it's pitch black and we're not taking our chances going in there without light. Pretty cool, guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. So we're gonna head outside and we'll take a look at the outside of this place as well, because it's pretty cool. It's a nice looking house from the outside, and I can just imagine what it may have looked like, years ago when it was actually lived in by some people. But yeah, let's head back out, guys. and take a look at the outside of this super cool place. It's nice. That's just been hanging on there for a long time. It says welcome on it. An old dog statue. And all the trees and ferns and stuff have kind of overgrown and blocked this door. Like, I couldn't see this door when I was here in the spring, because, you know, of all the foliage and stuff. But yeah, this is like the front porch area. And then, yeah, we got to get out by going through there. So let's go out here and take a look. I came through this way. Lots of burrs and stuff. I'm going to be covered in burrs by the time I'm done here. So we'll start at the front and make our way around. This is pretty neat. I like this. This is an old, I don't know if that's a mailbox or what that is. It's definitely not a doghouse unless it's a very tiny dog, but that's the front. And that's the side. And we're going to walk over this way in a little bit, but we'll take a look at the front of this house. One thing that surprises me here is this deck that's not real wood. That's composite, I think it's called. So it's never going to rot. But yeah, there's the front door. And that's the office window I was telling you guys about. And then back here is the back of the house. So we'll go down here and we'll take a look. And we'll get a nice view of the whole house in a few minutes. But yeah, so that's the back side of the house. I guess you could say the back is actually over there. But the way this house is designed, there's an entrance in the front, and then there's also an entrance on the other side. And there's the garage there. So let's go take a look out front here so you can get a good picture of it. So Ash and I kind of discovered this place one day when we were just going for a drive to discover any new abandoned houses. And we were riding down this road here, and because we were actually going to look at another place that's just over there, and we saw this one. So yeah, like, that's a really cool shot right there. Like, the front of this one looks kind of creepy, but at the same time, it looks like a really cool old farmhouse. I can imagine how creepy this is at nighttime. Tree, like, look at that tree. I guess the wintertime always makes things look a lot creepier. But try to imagine what this place looked like when it wasn't all run down. A lot of tree cover. There's a couple old sheds back here as well. You take a quick look inside there. I wonder what the people that live, like, in this area think about this place. I wonder if they know the history. It's just a wheelbarrow and some old posts, and looks like it might be an old door or something. Typical stuff you'll find in the shed of an old abandoned house. But the shed's still standing. And there's another shed out this way that is completely collapsed. Oh, I lost my hat. That's okay. Had to put my hat back on my head. So here's the front side, whatever you want to call it. Some water tanks there. And then it's surrounded by farm fields. So there's like farm fields all on the other side as well as the front. But yeah, there's a nice shot of this part of the building. Double car garage. So the entrance is right there, guys, where we came in and out of. And then that little overhang right there, I guess you could call that an awning. That window looks out from the front room, the front living room. And then, yeah, you can see there's an old, I guess it's one of those pop-up garages, I suppose. But it's all torn down. The wind probably beat the crap out of that. And then we got another shed here. So we'll walk through this and see what we can find in there, if there's anything. There is a lock on this, which means somebody is probably keeping an eye on this stuff. Maybe not. Yeah, it's open. It's empty. A few little things in here. The roof started to cave in. I guess maybe whoever lived here was somewhat handicapped, because there's an old hand walker. I'm always really nervous about walking around because, like, well, look at all those nails. Who knows if any of those nails are sticking out of the floor. Old, looks like a side table for a bedroom. And a stool. Anybody want to make some ice? I think it's cold enough without ice cubes, so interesting. I mean, not a whole lot to see in here, but interesting nonetheless. Lots of animal tracks. Fox prints, coyotes, probably raccoons. And then there's some old machinery over here. And you can see that, I guess, mini barn is all collapsed, so there's not really much to see there, but some old farm equipment, trailer. Oh, this is pretty cool. That's vintage. That's nice. I like that. There's two of them. They don't look like they're the same, though. I wonder what that would be worth to a collector, if it would be worth anything. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments, guys. Pretty cool old vintage stuff, though. And just a trailer with a bunch of junk in it. Not a whole lot to see there. Another shot of the house from this side, pretty cool. Well, that's just about everything. In the summertime, it looks a little bit nicer, I think, because, you know, the trees have grown in and there's a lot of greenery and stuff. I mean, the house is still in bad shape, but definitely a little more friendly looking anyway. All right, hunters, what'd you think of that one? I thought it was pretty cool. Very interesting. Just a little bit to see inside. Some pretty cool stuff. Very old, very rotted, but has a lot of nice features inside and stuff. So hopefully you guys like this explore. I know it's been a really long time since we actually posted a video. We kind of took a break, but the last video we didn't get very many views, unfortunately, but hopefully you guys will check this one out and you'll like it. Guys, remember, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up, and guys, we'll see you on the next Explorer. Cheers.